Bam! Hi, everybody. I'm Racine Pendarvis, and I'm here with.
Catherine Venice,
And you're running for what office?
Council Member, Ward 2.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
So I have about 25 years of business experience. I was one of the largest pension fund investors in the country. I used to run about $1 billion worth of pension fund assets. And in my role, I would meet with the CEOs and CFOs of S&P 500 companies, that's the largest publicly listed companies in the country, to talk about strategy, long-term strategy, and whether they were growing their companies for the long term, sustainably, and for inclusive growth. As part of my work, more recently, I have been doing something very pioneering, which is focusing on reversing economic inequality. And I have been doing this with Nobel laureate economists, with leading academics across Harvard Law School, Harvard Business School, and beyond. I've partnered with the UN and with the largest investor groups in the country, with state treasurers and state pension funds, who are the gatekeepers of capitalism and the gatekeepers of Main Street savings and pension fund assets. And our work has been very successful. And for example, last summer, the Business Roundtable came out and said, yes, capitalism should be for stakeholders, for all, for the greater good. And so the work has been very, very pioneering and profound. Recently, I had a piece in the Financial Times, and I was ripping to shreds Wall Street's top legal defender on the subject of capitalism.
So it seems that you're a woman who has her hand in every state code. You have your hands in many things. So why now? Why run for office?
I think a lot of the big issues that affect DC are issues that are driven by top-down, nationwide dynamics. So affordable housing, homelessness, economic inequality, these are issues that are actually driven by factors beyond the city. And these are issues that I have a lot of expertise in and insight that really, really matters. And so, for example, my first key issue would be better support for small business. And this is a very difficult city for small business owners and for homegrown entrepreneurs. And the reason why small businesses are so important is, first of all, they are community hubs. Second of all, they are routes towards shared prosperity and equal opportunity for all. So people that do not have Ivy League degrees. It is important to build paths to economic success for them. And at the moment in DC, it is too hostile to small businesses. And so we really have to radically rethink our approach to supporting the small business community in this city. The second thing I care very deeply about is homelessness and trauma. So homelessness is going to get much worse. We know that as the economy over the next 10 years slows down across the country and also in DC. The mayor is a fabulous champion for the homeless community. However, the council has not been effective in oversight. And so the shelters are what I call trauma mills. The guards are routinely abusive to the homeless population. And remember, the homeless population are people who have suffered very traumatic experiences. 1 in 3 homeless women are victims of domestic violence. A very large proportion of homeless women are also victims of transgender abuse and hate crime. So this is a population that has already suffered a lot of trauma. When they come and they experience re-traumatization by abusive guards, that makes their recovery very, very difficult. So you're basically turning temporarily homeless people into permanently homeless people. The human cost of that is astronomical and is atrocious. But the economic cost of that as well to the city is extraordinary, and we have to do something about this. I think it is one of the biggest hidden human rights issues in the city. So I care deeply about that. I have a lot of expertise in the homeless service infrastructure in the city.
So we've got some work to do. And speaking about work to do, for those who would like to contribute or follow you on social media, how can they do that?
So you can follow me on Twitter, and my Twitter handle is Catherine, 4, Ward 2, 2, and my website is Catherine Ward 2.
How about that? And most of all, thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching.